few years ago, I found myself sitting on a park bench, feeling like I was stuck in a rut. The same routine, the same people, the same problems. Every day felt like a rerun of the one before. I knew something had to change, but I didn't know how or where to start. One day, as I sat on that same park bench, an elderly man with a warm smile and a twinkle in his eye sat down next to me. We got to talking, and he shared a story from his youth that changed my perspective on life. He told me about when he was a young man, just starting out in his career. He was ambitious, eager, but also uncertain. He didn't know if he was on the right path or if he was even capable of achieving his dreams. One day, feeling overwhelmed, he sought advice from his mentor, a successful businessman named Robert. Robert looked at him and said, "Success isn't about never making mistakes. It's about never letting the fear of making mistakes stop you from trying." That simple advice changed the course of the elderly man's life. He stopped fearing failure and started embracing the journey, the learning, the growth. He went on to build a successful business, create a beautiful family, and live a life filled with joy and fulfillment. His story inspired me to change my own perspective. I realized I was not stuck, but simply scared. Scared of making mistakes, scared of failing. But just like the elderly man, I learned that the fear of failure was holding me back from experiencing the fullness of life. So I started to embrace failure, to see it not as an end, but as a stepping stone towards success. I began to take risks, to try new things, to step out of my comfort zone. And you know what? Life became a lot more interesting. Taking this advice to heart, I started to see opportunities where I once saw obstacles. I discovered strengths I didn't know I had. I learned that success isn't about never falling, but about getting up each time we fall. Now, I'm not saying it was easy, change never is, but it was worth it. Every stumble, every setback was a lesson learned. Every failure, a step closer to success. And so I want to pass on this wisdom to you. Don't be afraid of failure. Embrace it, learn from it, grow from it. Remember, the only real failure in life is not trying at all. To quote the brilliant inventor Thomas Edison, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." So don't be discouraged by the ways that won't work. Keep trying, keep learning, keep growing. Remember, every failure brings you one step closer to success. And remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So make your journey worth remembering. After all, life is too short to be lived in fear. So live boldly, live bravely, live passionately. Because in the end, it's not the years in your life that count, but the life in your years. And so as we part ways today, I leave you with this thought. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Embrace your journey, embrace your failures, and embrace your potential. Because you, my friend, are capable of extraordinary things. And remember, the only real failure in life is not trying at all. So go out there and make your life a masterpiece.